So, section two, it is my favorite part because it's about digestive system and I love digestive system. So, it does have like so many different parts. First of all is oral cavity, which I mean, it's just a fancy name for mouth. I don't know why they're just calling that oral cavity, just say mouth, right? Then comes gallbladder. I guess you know about this. Gallbladder is just responsible for example, fat digestion and absorption actually. Oh, my Mac is dying. But yeah, fat digestion and absorption, and for example, different responsibilities with respect to bile. For example, it's gonna do bile storage, concentration of bile, or releasing of bile. Then comes liver, which is very important because like it's gonna filter your blood and like different parts, and it's just gonna make sure that, for example, you don't have like any, for example, bad substances like toxic substances in your blood. So it's very important. Then comes the main part, which is just the stomach, right? A pancreas. I guess you know about this. Then yeah, like it is also very important, colon. Um, I mean, it's just very hard. Just, I mean, okay, that's another story. But I do have a friend. His name is Colin, and all the time we are just making fun of his name, and we are calling him something else like this name. So that's why I'm just smiling. But yeah, let's get back to the lecture. The last part gonna be rectum, which is also very important. A lot of cancers, they are just because of rectum nowadays. So we have to pay extra attention to them. And also appendix, right? Like there are so many diseases with respect to appendix, and appendix is just such like, let's say, emergency condition. It's gonna just happen like very fast, and it is very painful. We're just gonna talk about this soon. So, what is the function of digestive system? So basically, it is very simple, but it is very important as well. Like all the function is about gastric secretions, in which like there are gonna be some secretions in your stomach that's gonna help digestion of food. For example, there are going to be some enzymes in your small intestine that's going to break the protein in your body, like in your food, into amino acids, if that makes sense. For example, you do have like different food. For example, you have eggs, you have milk, and they're gonna be some enzymes in your body that's gonna break it down to amino acids. You do have large intestine in your body, which gonna actually store food, like the food residue, not the actual food, because we actually try to get like the most out of our food. But the residue gonna go to your large intestine. And like in that part, the large intestine, they're gonna actually absorb all the water inside of the food, and the rest gonna be some sort of feces that's gonna go to rectum, and they're gonna be just waste, and basically it's gonna be expulsion of solid waste, and this is like the end of the story. That's gonna cause bowel movements and all that. So the whole function gonna be divided into four different levels. The first one gonna be like secretion of gastric hormones, and the last one gonna be what is that? Um, my goodness, expulsion of solid waste. There are like some disorders with respect to the digestive system. First of all, gonna be GERD, which is very important. It is like some sort of gastro reflux disease. It's a longer story, but it is called as heartburn. And basically, it's gonna happen, for example, my goodness. For example, like sometimes you do have like some reflux in your body, which gonna cause extra pain and burning in your stomach. Um, for example, whenever you do have a stress, you do have anxiety, or like out of nowhere because of some food, this kind of reflux might happen, and they are very painful. I would say like every disease in your digestive system is just very painful, but like this one, she's the king. It's just very painful. Another one gonna be, for example, gastroenteritis and diarrhea and dysentery, which we don't like them. So I guess you already know about diarrhea. Dysentery gonna be like some sort of bloody diarrhea. which I don't want to talk more about this. Then comes peptic ulcer. It is like whenever your lining, like the stomach lining, gonna be kind of sore. So you do have pain because of that. Another disease gonna be the disease because of your appendix, which is like basically very sudden. And sometimes even the doctor or physician, they cannot understand this is like your appendicitis. And it can just cause like that kind of pain. Um, so if you have like some sort of pain, like sudden pain, in your stomach or in a specific part of your body, that's going to be your appendix, you have to address it like so fast because even though like the first doctor gonna say that, oh, you're gonna be okay, it's nothing. But it is very important. So you have to go to the second doctor, just ensure that like after scanning and all that, you should just ensure that it's not like some sort of problem in your appendix, because like basically inside of your appendix there are going to be a lot of pus that can I mean, we don't like pus too, and this can just cause a lot of problem and discomfort. And the last one gonna be hepatitis, which is like literally related to your liver. And we do have like hepatitis A, B, and I guess there is a C nowadays. So basically it doesn't let your liver to just function well. So it is just very important as well. You can just definitely find more informations about all of these disease in your book. They are important, but I would say they are just very common nowadays, especially the first one, reflux disease or GERD, which actually leads to our second topic, which is about the gut-brain connection. I would say I'm a great example for that. Whenever I do have like some sort of mental problem, for example, not like the serious one, but like for example, whenever I do have anxiety or I have like a lot of projects that I should meet the deadline, it's literally gonna cause discomfort in my gut. So the first part that I feel like pain or some sort of like bad feeling, it's gonna be my gut. I do have like acid refluxes and all that. And I'm sure like many of you guys are agree with me. I don't know why, like it is because of food nowadays or something else. But like our mental state gonna just directly impact our gut and vice versa. Whenever you do have like some sort of gut problem, for example, if you have, for example, let's say, um, I wouldn't say like hepatitis, but like some sort of small problems in your gut, like GERD or I don't know, diarrhea or something like that. It is actually give you some sort of bad feeling, like bad mental feeling that you cannot perform well. I mean, that makes sense if you have like diarrhea, so probably you don't have time to just perform well either at a school or at your job. So definitely you're gonna get anxiety because you couldn't like meet some deadlines and all that. So I mean, they literally gonna directly impact each other, which is crazy. So there are like some sort of scientific research on that, the gut-brain connection, which is like bidirectional, which means like your gut gonna impact your brain gonna impact your gut as well. Like it's literally like a two-way street. So it seems like there are some signals that going to be interpreted in your brain that's going to lead to some sort of physical symptoms and like some changes in your behavior and psychological states. And the same goes for your physical states. So again, it is like a two-way street. How we can just address them? The first one gonna be diet. Your diet is just very important. The way you're gonna be physically active, the food that you're gonna eat every day is just important too. Another point that I'm sure some of you guys probably you tried that is gonna be probiotics. Either it's gonna be like tablets, pills, or foods that's gonna have like probiotics. They can just help a lot to address gut problems, which gonna impact like your mental states as well.